2010.
It's a big year for Starling.
It was a massive year for Starling. Starling didn't actually begin in 2010.
The idea, the seed was planted.
Share how you came up with the idea, Emily.
I had just finished my dissertation, my MA dissertation, and I just had this crazy idea to set up a company with you. And so I came home and I said yes. I said, Anna, do you want to set up a company? And you said yes.
But we didn't know what it was going to be, really.
No, just, maybe that something beautiful could happen when people got together and did some singing.
And initially we didn't plan to be the choir company.
No.
But that's kind of what we became. By accident. But
Yes.
a happy accident.
Yes, because of Glee.
So Glee came on TV and we became fans and we started putting out adverts. We knew we wanted to have some sort of choir that sung show tunes and pop, but like in a sort of reimagined, staged way.
That was really important.
And I don't think this country knew what a show choir was then.
No, I think there maybe were a couple of other people doing the same thing, but we wanted to be in it, so that's kind of why we set it up.
Yes.
We thought, if we can't find it, let's just
Make it yourselves.
And do you remember the response was just crazy?
Wild. Every day over Christmas and New Year, 2009 into 2010, it was just, hi, I've been watching Glee on TV and I've seen your choir, I want to join. My colleague told me about your choir. And we just had this great long waiting list. So we'd only ever planned to have one choir, the Starling Singers, and we ended up with 3 because we had to meet demand.
And do you remember that all came through Gumtree? We put adverts on Gumtree,
which is now not used to advertise things like community choir.
Found some hack where it sort of put the adverts to the top of the internet algorithms.
Yeah.
And it was, the world has changed a lot.
The world has changed
the
an awful
internet's
lot.
changed a lot. But suddenly we had a waiting list and all these people that wanted to join in, and our first rehearsal was wild.
It was completely
and
wild.
we had a few people that are still with us now.
Yeah, we've got a huge number of people who have been consistent throughout the whole sort of, if not 15 years, then at least 13 or 14 years.
Which is pretty cool because we didn't really know what we were doing.
We had no idea. I never directed a choir before. I'd never arranged music for a choir before, which is giving away a lot of information.
No, we had plenty of drama games and vocal warm-ups and fun things.
We knew how to facilitate, which arguably is the most important thing in creating a community.
Yeah, we always said that actually most of what we do is about people more than the music or anything else. And that's what we brought, and some people loved it.
So we had our first concert in March 2010. It was called Starling Sings.
Yeah, that was a good title.
It was great. And we just had 2 choirs then. We had the Starling Singers and Corvida, which was our all-female identifying group, to make up for the fact that we had fewer men and lower voice singers wanting to join. So we put them all into the Starling Singers. We're like, right, let's use all of these sopranos and altos in another choir.
And that concert was surprisingly good for something that had been thrown together in a couple of months and literally performed on a bare stage with a wonky curtain in a community hall.
The wonky curtains. One was long and one was short. We would never do a show now with curtains that look like that.
No, and it was fully staged. It sort of laid out our ambition, really.
It did.
It's what we want to do. We want to get people together.
It was the first time everyone got together in black and teal and looked amazing. Yes. And then we started Forte after the Easter of 2010, and
to fill the waiting list.
We had another concert that summer, which was called Summer in the City. I like looking at the photos of those old shows and the way that camera quality has come on in 15 years. We have these like grainy old photos. That summer we had our first summer school, so we went back to my hometown in Devon and we put on Honk Junior, the Styles and Drew musical, with 16 young people from the area.
Who were great, and then we saw grow up with our subsequent summer schools. That was amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous to see that sort of arc of their lives.
Yeah, and we loved putting on a full musical. That was sort of the start of something else that Starling grew to become.
And we put on these shows and performed them in 2 weeks, so it was a very intensive experience, and some of my happiest memories are doing summer schools.
We were younger then.
We were younger.
We had the energy to stay up until 2 a.m. painting sets and sewing costumes and, making rehearsal plans.
I can't sew. My mum was sewing costumes.
Yeah, but we were busy. That was very
busy.
full on.
It was very full on. And then in the October of 2010, we had a busy first year.
Yeah.
We were invited to perform in the West End. Our first and last so far, West End engagement. We were part of something called Gleek Fest. It was us and a couple of other show choirs.
There are certainly years where more happened, and 2010, for many reasons, was one of those very special years where we packed a lot in.
We really
but
did
we
pack a
kind
lot.
of started as we meant to go on.
Yeah.
It set the scene for what came next.